Welcome back, and it's another results day. Fantastic. I gave you a landscape and a portrait to edit, and you've gone away and you've smashed it. We've got some fantastic ones in there. And I've picked my winners as well. It's amazing. You're going to love it. There's some really creative stuff in there, and I probably haven't gone for what you'd have thought of for the winners, considering previous weeks. So stick around, have a look, see what you like. Let's go and have a look now. Like and subscribe, that would really help, really appreciate it. Comment if you want to comment in below as well, that really helps. It'd be really nice to get this going a little bit more. Thank you for your time. Let's go and have a look now. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at this, find this first image. Okay, someone really does have far too much time on their hands. Oh my god, that's brilliant. I love it. Yeah, okay, there's a couple of bits like the guy sort of lying down but going up a tree. Well, we could do that him on the left hand side, but you got the tree being blown down on the left hand side. There's some really fantastic effects coming into that. It's nice that we've got those little toy soldiers into there. That makes a really big difference. If it had been real, it just wouldn't have worked, but the toy soldier stuff is great. I like the way we've got depth into that image as well. That just made me chuckle. I love that. What a great take on the image. But yeah, you've got way too much time on your hands. That's brilliant. Okay, this one, quite like it actually. Token squirrel in the left, we've really gone for compositing. I quite like the yellow in the foreground, that's quite nice. Leads paths through, you've created paths into this image. Yes, we've elongated the trees quite a bit and we've got long stems. We notice it's quite a bit on the left, not so much anywhere else. And putting the people in, walking through, gives purpose into the image as well, which is quite nice. These are all things you can think about when you're composing for a photograph. What is in the image? What's going to drive you through? What's at the end there that you're going to take away from that? So look at things like that as well. This image, love the composition on this. Love the fact that you've darkened this down into a lovely monochrome, but we've got light in the distance. We're in this shadow area at the moment. And then you've dropped this person in and it's fitted in brilliantly in between those trees. And you could actually imagine doing a shoot like that in real life, to be fair. The fox, different kettle of fish. I don't think he's going to be there in real life, but actually it's so well placed. You don't notice him at first, he's just blended in and you look at it and it is absolutely brilliant. It's just, you've composited that in superb. Really like that image. Yeah, well done. Well done indeed. Back to classic landscape into this. Yes, we've really drawn those colours out and that's quite nice. And then we've saturated the others through into the woods. So you've just popped those few at the foreground there and that is absolutely lovely into that. Like that effect. Yeah, does make that image really pop into there. Brilliant. Yeah, we've got some darkish tones into this now. We've change the colours slightly. We've got this purplish coming through into there, sort of quite an eerie sort of setting now. I'm surprised there's no werewolves in there. Glad there's not, but I'm surprised there isn't. It's yeah, tones in that are quite nice, and you've obviously got some soft filter going on in certain parts of that, and that's adding to that atmosphere. You're bringing that in. Yeah, well done. Back to composition. Love it, love it, love it. Now, this is one of those things, that butterfly that you've got on there, moth, whatever it is, to be fair. Not a nature person, don't know all these names. I'm sure there's some massive Latin name that you could never pronounce in a million years for him, but hey ho. That on its own would just add something to this whole image, to be fair. This is not a criticism of this image, this is just something for you to think about when you're creating stuff, is that blends in absolutely beautiful. Yes, he's quite big, but actually that adds to it. And if you'd have just had that in there on its own, that would have just added that little touch to this picture. People stop, look, wow, is that real? Is it not? It does fit really well. So actually I quite like that particular part in it. Obviously we've got the leopard and we've got that little owl at the top. Owl's funny. Oh, he's so cute. He's just dozing off. I'm not sure that branch would support his weight though. Yeah, he's a bit big to be on that one. But yeah, a nice little take on it. And you've done nice with the colours as well. Like the depth into the image, that works quite well. Now we've gone for real contrasting colours here. We've brought loads of different bits in and it's really popping into that. Really, really. I do actually like that red against the green at the top there. The orangey red, that's working really, really well. Popping in there, dropping into that. We're losing the silver birches slightly, but you have coloured those in their own right. They just don't pop against the rest because it's just such a vibrant image. But it is so nice to see the difference in colours and dropping it in. And then it goes into a bit of black and white at the back. But it has added depth into that image as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, and someone else has gone for popping of the colours. Okay, we've got the purple in the sort of bottom area that's leading me through into that wood. That purple's really quite nice. It is pleasing. It's just leading me. It's giving me a really solid base. We've got mist coming in over the top that you've added as well. So it's bringing my eye back down into that centre and taking me through into that image, which is really, really quite nice into that. Well done. Wow. See, this is where you use vignetting and you really crank it up and it works and just doesn't look bad, which it normally does when I do it onto an image. But you've done this superb, and we've got that owl just flying through the woods coming towards you. You've got the proportions right, you've got the lighting right on it. Absolutely gorgeous into there. It's such a nice, I want to say subtle image, because obviously it's dark into there, but it's subtly done. It's got that soft feel to it, but that eerie nighttime. You've just got a really nice mix into that. Really like that image. Love how you've concentrated everything into that centre, but you've just got that one little bit on the side with the owl, just bringing it through. Beautiful. Realistic composition this time. Deer in the forest, which is what you would see, to be fair. Yeah, you got nice little scale through that gives depth into the image into that. You got this lovely stag right at the front there, not in the nice light area, prominent, bang, smack straight in. You've picked out light on these silver birches going through and they're popping out beautifully. Love the bits in the sky with the blue as well. That's working really well, just popping into there. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, well done. Very misty scene. Yeah, quite like that. I think you've changed the aspect ratio slightly into that as well. It's a bit wider and that's working really well into that. There, the silver birches are popping out beautifully in that, in the mist. Yeah, I do like that mist. A lot of people in this challenge have put mist in various bits, and actually it works really, really well. Something I don't actually do to my landscapes, but as a side bit, it works brilliantly. Someone else who's done a wider crop, so we've gone really letterbox onto this now, and you've just focused in just on these trees here at the foreground. They're really popping into it. Yeah, just makes it a really nice sort of panoramic-y image that you could just imagine hanging up. That works quite well. You've cropped in nicely. Edges are just finished off nice. We've got the right edge there. We've got the tree coming in. Just add a little bit into that, but then we've got the stop on the left hand side as well. Well done. Okay, we've gone for portrait this time, totally the opposite. Added the mist in. Yeah, mist looks fantastic. Really impressed. I wish it was there at the time. That would have been so nice. Obviously it wasn't up that early. Really, really nice. Yeah, just popping out. Love that light just coming through the centre. It's just drawing my eye all the way through into there. And that one tree, lone tree in the centre that's picked out. Brilliant. Yeah, lovely effect, adding the rain into it as well. So we've gone from mist to rain now. But saying that, if we take the rain out of it, the texture and the tone that you've brought into this image, absolutely beautiful. It has almost turned it into a painting. And I really like that. It's the sort of thing you could hang on your wall quite happily. Yeah, adding that rain in is just that added touch. And again, I wouldn't have done that either. But I'm glad you have, because fantastic. And that's what it's about, seeing all these different things that you can do from this one pretty standard image, to be fair, nothing spectacular about it, but you've all picked something out of it to bring in, and that's fantastic. Now, see, we normally do one per person, but occasionally, and we've put it twice today, someone drops a second image in, which I just go, you know what? That's a bloody fantastic idea. Love it. So the reason I've dropped this in is we've got this Victorian scene, and obviously we're in Britain. The person who's done this isn't from Britain, which is really ironic, but there you go. But they've picked this photograph of the scene and then they've dropped the landscape behind it. So although it's not really part of this landscape scene, they've used that landscape, and it's something that I wanted to put in there to show you different methods of doing things. Really, they've dropped that into that back really, really well. It is superb. Fantastic job in that. Absolutely fantastic. Really loving it. But I wanted to just show you that as a side extra, really. So here we got lovely colours coming through into here. It's quite nice and soft, but those silver birches are really popping. Love that orange just coming through in the base there. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous into that. Is nice. That's really quite pleasing to the eye as a landscape image. It's almost getting into an artistic style into it. It's sort of a mix between the two, the way you've processed it, and I really like it. I can imagine that on my wall. I'm quite happy with that. And then same again, this person's done two and I wanted to drop it in. They've took that previous image and they've put a bit of a fantasy sort of style to it. But what I wanted to show with this, we've got the silhouette of a man in the background there against that light. The way the light is coming through that forest and the way they've built that up. And then we've got this creature here cowering from that hunter that's coming in, is absolutely magnificent. That composition that you've put together is superb. Absolutely brilliant. The detail in it is just phenomenal and your lighting is phenomenal. Now, obviously felt like I needed to get back to landscapes today, and it's actually this one by Tim Burgess. I just love the way that sits on the screen and the colour that pops into that. It just sits beautifully. The depth all the way through that forest and the fact that it's almost turning into a bit of art, that you could have drawn it, but it's just handled so well. So that's my favourite of the landscapes today. Hope you agree. Hope you like seeing what everyone else has done and my various comments onto that. Should we have a look at the portraits? Come on. Right, let's look at these portraits then. Okay, so this first one, we've dropped her into a nice little beach scene, and the flow, you can imagine the flow of that dress working quite well down by the sea where it's just flowing through. You've kept the stall in as well, which is quite nice. We've got those few grasses at the front there, which does separate and did need something like that, and you've added a bit of shadow in as well. I really like this style. You've took it, you've done all these different bits, sort of Andy Warhol sort of style. We've got all these different pop bits and it works really well. It's nice. Really appreciate that. So I suppose this could have gone into the landscape section, but they'd already got a landscape and they did this on the portrait, and actually you've merged this in really well into this scene. And we've got a nice little deer and a hut as well. That's fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I like the way that you've changed the colour of the dress as well to match in with the background, and that works well. That's a nice thing to see. So good attention to detail there. Yeah, we've took that photo, we've dropped it into nice little bluebell scene that's working quite well. Colour tone, you got the sun in there and you got the colour tone on her as well, and that's sort of matching, so well done onto that. So with this, I like, although the proportions are distorted on her, unfortunately, and I've left it in there because I love the tone of the dress flowing into the petals, and it's got some ideas flowing, some legs with that, to be fair, that you could do something more with, and I quite like that from that point of view. So well done on that. Very simple, monochrome, you've kept it in there, you've kept the fanning, you kept the scene as is, but the way that you converted that to monochrome is just superb. Works really, really well. Really do like that. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful little edit. Picture within a picture, like it. Nice modern touch with the phone, taking the shot. That does work quite well. It's funny, it's the same picture, but the picture looks better on the phone. In all fairness, because it just fits in with the scene, I suppose, into that. I like that. Yeah, good. Nice idea. I love the way he's looking. It's like, what is she doing? Brilliant. Pied Piper. Yeah, nice little gypsy caravan in the back there. That was working quite well. Still, that's made me chuckle. Thank you. Very simple one there. You've just changed the colours, but the colours match really well into the dress there. And I like that tealy colour. That's working far better than the purple that was there before. And the background, it really sits really well. Yeah, I really like that. Really like that. So it's a toss-up between two on these. That's all I'm going to show on these portraits. There's a toss-up between two on these portraits that I really like. So I'm going to say a commended to Chris, because the black and white is just brilliant. But my absolute favour goes to this Chris, different Chris. Yeah, I just love that style. Well done, mate. Well done. You took something and turned it into something else, and I really like that. Really impressed. Hope you enjoyed that fantastic set of edits. It's amazing seeing what everyone does with all this stuff. Everyone's got a slightly different idea, different thing. I hope it sparks a bit of creativity with you. You think, oh wow, actually that was really good. Yeah, I like that. We'll do that. I appreciate not everyone is going to composite into a landscape, and I wouldn't expect it. Hence why the results were the way they were today. It just fitted into that. But I really appreciated the others. It's nice to see that, and it's nice to see that sort of challenge. Maybe we'll do, let me have a think about that. Yeah, maybe we'll do something different on a different one next time. Like and subscribe, really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Don't forget, leave a comment below if you really enjoyed it, or something, one of them's really stuck out, drop it in. Love to hear about it. See you all next time.